Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Friendly Fire. I am one of your hosts, Thomas Delzeit, and I'm here with...
Howdy partner, I'm Sam.
I didn't know we were going to go with the voices today, but that's alright. And today we're going to be talking about a hill that we are willing to die on. We will get more about that after the intro. And we're back. Today we are joined with a couple of lovely people, going from left to right.
I'm Nolan.
And I'm Noah.
And I forgot what I was going to say. Something about a hill to die on. What's a hill that you guys are willing to die on?
Okay, I wouldn't say about hill to die on, but I know that I have some opinions right here. So I just want to know some opinions. First one, I think it's pretty tame. I think avocados are overrated.
Avocados?
Yeah. Avocados overrated.
They're just green mush.
They are. And I think it has the same energy as like when people were just hyping up, was it like pineapples? There was something that was really popular for a long time, and then it was just like not super great.
They're not one of those superfoods everyone swears just cures everything.
Yeah,
No,
like it saved my life. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's
the
amazing.
difference is the pineapples are good.
Pineapples are worth the hype.
They are.
Yeah.
Avocados, they're not. If anything, they're quite gross actually. The only thing that I got off of that is that like guacamole's okay.
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah.
I think part of the reason that avocados are so overrated is because it's one of those foods that it's ripe for like a proper 16 hours and then it's utterly inedible. Like you have to wait for the perfect moment and then you wait like a jaguar in the forest or the jungle or whatever. And then you see the avocado and it finally becomes ripe and that's when you strike. And you have to use it then and right then because if you wait more than a day, it's brown goop.
I have a standoff of the avocado. You got to draw right when it's ripe, and if you don't, it's rotten.
Like we are now. Oh, I got shot.
I kind of think that it's because Americans love to infantilize other cultures and say that like, oh, this plant can only be grown in another country, so I'm gonna say that it's really cool and really like hype, and really what they're doing is just sort of being condescending, and that's why stuff like avocados gets popular. But
I like that. Americans are the biggest culture
That's
vultures.
Real sociology behind it. I wasn't expecting a lesson. I'm kind of impressed.
We were here, and you went here, deeper.
You have a lot of
I got lower. I did worse than everyone else.
Okay. Anyone have some more opinions or should I just rapid fire?
Nah, go ahead.
I got something
You got some?
I can scream about.
All right.
For a while.
What do you got?
The hill that I'm willing to die on.
Okay.
I cannot for the life of me understand Shark Week. I just don't care that much. I get it. Sharks are fine. They're not a bad animal. They're not a great animal. Okay, if you were gonna show like an alien species, like the greatest 10 animals on this planet, I'm guessing sharks are probably gonna be in there. They feel very unique. I feel like they have a good design. Whoever built the shark, pretty good job.
Whoever built the shark.
It is a killing machine.
I don't think they need a whole week. A day? Sure. We designate more time to sharks, specifically in this country at least, than we do to like Mother's Day, Father's Day.
I mean, all these other things get a day, sharks get a whole week.
Sharks get a whole week.
We're celebrating people less than we're celebrating sharks.
Well,
Shark Week exists because sharks are gravely misunderstood because of movies like Jaws. So that's why they have the stuff that's like, hey, don't poach sharks. They're not inherently evil like you might see in movies. Everyone knows that mothers aren't inherently evil. That's why they only get a day. You need a week to understand that sharks are cool.
So are you saying that we should have like Mr. Evil Month or something like that?
Evil
It's like
Mr. Evil is evil.
right.
Assuming. I don't know who that is, but based on the name, I'm sure that
Or Dr. Evil from Austin Powers.
he just revoked his medical license. That is insane. But,
Well, frankly, he didn't deserve it.
okay. Well.
But like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they need, Jaws and movies like that have done damage so heavy that they need a week to recover every year.
I understand that, but also...
I kind of support that though, like, because I don't know. I see videos of a lot of sharks being cute, and I'm like,
That's true.
and they're not that bad.
To be fair, we're in Missouri, so like
Where are we gonna
this
see
is
sharks? Let's be real
so
here.
far away from our expertise. But yes,
But also, okay, that logic makes sense. I'll grant you that. That makes sense the first 2-3 years of Shark Week. Maybe we get 5 years of having a Shark Week. Shark Week has been going on every single year for the last at least like 10 to 15 years. There's so much shark-based content. There cannot possibly be that much more to discover about sharks. Sharks are maybe, other than like maybe people, the most researched animal on this planet because there's so much time designated to making Nat Geo documentaries about them to air on Discovery Channel every year for an entire week. An entire week of programming. That's so much content.
And it's all badass.
And every single show is my favorite thing because every single show is like, on this shark show that's exactly like all the other shark shows, you're going to see shark content like you've never seen before. On every single episode, hour after hour after hour, back to back to back. They say that exact same thing.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know that was a thing until you brought it up.
What, Shark Week?
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, no, they,
I don't know where I didn't know that it was a thing. I thought it was about that one show that like people Shark Tank. That's what I thought it was.
Oh my god.
Nah, they really do show love to the sharks.
So I was like, why do you care so much about Shark Tank? They're just pitching ideas. And then I was like, oh no, it's like a week about sharks. I get it more now.
Actual sharks.
I do understand what you're saying though about how it's like maybe if they did it like every other year.
Yeah.
That'd be
Or
cool.
like less
They
than a
just
week.
swim and eat.
Biannual Shark Week.
Biannual
Yeah,
Shark
sure.
Week.
Biannual Shark Week.
Or just call it like Shark Awareness Day. They don't need a week. Shark Day.
Shark Day.
Shark Day is fine.
Shark Week sounds cooler.
It
It
does.
does. It does.
They was
That
finna
sounds
stop
cooler.
Shark Week, but then they came out with Baby Shark, and then it just
It revitalized a
popularity.
new
and it
generation of
just-
shark enjoyers.
They got us. They got us again.
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, those sharks are pretty cool to enjoy. I'm not gonna dock the shark enjoyers.
Out of all the ocean animals, it probably helps them get the most views.
Yeah.
Because it's
probably.
like, what else are you watching in the ocean that you can turn into a whole week other than sharks just eating everything they run into? You
Well, I
know,
think
and then-
Narwhals. I don't know.
Okay, or you like octopuses or like
Nah,
dolphins and stuff?
no,
No?
this is just a personal thing. I hate them.
Octopuses?
God.
Yeah, so as people, they're really cool. They're smart. They're
As
funny. They
people?
got, you know what I mean. They're
like
they got all
aliens.
this
No, I
stuff.
don't.
They got all this stuff going on. That's like that makes them super smart. However, you don't need that many arms. Nobody needs that many arms. Even if you're like a
Honestly,
little
real.
blob guy, you don't need that many arms. And what are you doing with them? Evil, strange stuff.
Okay.
Because it's always like, oh, look at this aquarium researcher. He gave a octopus a jar of peanut butter and he opened it. They don't care. He's not gonna eat peanut butter. He's gonna eat.
An octopus can
Fish.
shake 8 hands.
Right.
I
Who
come up
else
and
has
shake
that
all
kind of
your
business
hands.
efficiency?
Yeah.
You go into
Real
a
though,
corporate setting, you
I-
sit down at the bigwig table, you've got a whole bunch of investors and you need to greet all of them at the same time. Bring out the octopus.
Okay, but
It
that,
shakes all our
that takes
hands.
away
It
4
just-
human jobs. That's really bad
That's
for the
fair.
economy.
Them
Yeah, it is.
octopuses
And also,
taking
it
our
just
jobs.
doesn't
That's what I'm
feel,
saying.
I don't know.
Everyone's talking about AI. Oh, they could do the work of one person.
Octopus can do. They can
The
do
work
it
of
for
4.
AI was
people.
already taking our jobs, but we ain't looking at the octopus.
The octopus are taking our
We gotta
jobs.
stop looking at the
Octopi.
robots and start looking into how those octopi taking our jobs, taking over this country.
They are
That's what I'm
also
saying.
scary because they're slimy and they make me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine
That's the thing I
touching
understand.
They
one.
got a beak.
They got a
They got
beak?
a
They
got a
do.
beak.
And they-
They have a beak on the inside.
Yeah, that's
They
what
do?
Beak, octopuses have beaks that
Yeah.
are hard and like a bird.
I'm
and
learning
will.
that Sam does not know very much about
Anything. Really.
Animals in the
You
ocean.
believe it or not, I do watch documentaries about the ocean. In my spare time.
Yeah, they got this big nasty
But nothing
claw
about like sharks or
Like, I'm,
I
You
don't
were
know,
so
octopi.
lucky before this moment.
I know. I was living my life happily without knowing that octopi had beaks. What
the-
even is that?
It's the only thing, like, you know how they can squeeze through super tight spaces?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the only
Just-
constraint of the size of the space that they can
Fit through.
squeeze through is it has to be, the beak is the only thing that can't, like, squeeze.
Yeah, everything else is like super malleable.
is-
yeah,
So
octopus can be
terrifying.
this big, but the
Gross.
beak is that big, so anything this
it can fit
big,
through
it can
a lemon.
squeeze through. It
Okay,
can make it
well,
through.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
Horrible.
Yeah.
So I think we found
horrifying,
Nolan's hill to
actually.
die on, is that he hates octopi.
Octopi.
That's true. I have a few other ones, but
Well, that's super cool and all, but we went out on the street and decided to ask around to see what other people around this building's hills to die on were. So with that, we're going to go away to our ad for Bozo News Network.
Today we're asking people, what is an unpopular opinion that you have?
Unpopular opinion.
Yes.
Taylor Swift is not that good.
You're gonna start fights with that one.
Your music taste does matter, and it can be bad.
Pineapple does not belong on pizza.
Todd dining hall is the best food ever.
Whoa, that is unpopular.
Bozo News Network, what's your unpopular opinion?
Cookies are better than cake.
That Marvel movies are actually quality cinema.
The Office is the greatest TV show of all time.
Beyonce is good.
Celebrities don't care about you. They don't know you exist, so stop following or idolizing them.
The toilet paper roll should be facing in, not out.
There should never be pineapple on pizza.
Bozo News Network, what's your unpopular opinion?
Get Am I going to jail?
Yes. Yet another sob story here at Bozo News Network. Back to you.
I am gonna miss Leilani. She is now in prison, unfortunately. But we will send her letters of how this episode went.
Some remarkably hot takes, though.
Some very hot ones, I will say.
We'll put money on your books.
We will.
That's all we can do, though.
That's about it. Noah, do you have any hot takes? Hills to die on?
As college students, and we all here, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
some of us seniors, some of us finna get out. Can you defend going to college?
Pass.
I'll be honest, I'm not sure that I can.
Can you defend going to college? Because everyone's always talking about college this, whatever. Can you defend why you chose to do it anyways?
I feel like I can, because, and I'm gonna get a little personal on this, but because of my job, or many jobs, depending on how you want to look at it, here and on the other shows, I am doing essentially my dream job at the age of 21, which is really cool. Not a lot of people get to do that.
Not a lot of people understand
I
that.
love the ability to run a show with people that I all consider friends, and just kind of have full creative control to an extent. That's a really cool thing to have. And I probably wouldn't have gotten that unless I went to college, and it will also open the door for me to do this in what is largely referred to as the real world, if it exists. And
we're there, kind of.
Sort of. We're in like the fake real world.
We're in the fake real world. That makes, yeah.
I think that it's important, but also you could certainly get there without it if you know the right people. So it goes kind of back and forth. It's like, yeah, if you don't, because like in this field that we're doing in particular, and this is not, I want to make a statement, this does not apply for every college student, but in this field in particular, it is very much something where you either need to go get experience at a college or get experience out in the field by knowing someone who knows that you want to do it and they were willing to train you. So almost like an apprenticeship or something like that.
I agree with all of that.
I like that.
I am also going to defend going to college a little bit. Mainly just because when I started going to college, I went with the idea that I was going to go into like broadcast journalism, which I'm not too far off. But then I ended up deciding I want to do digital cinema, and being able to have that freedom to switch what I thought I wanted to do without having too many repercussions is kind of nice.
It's a nice
but
opportunity.
I do understand why it is completely pointless to some people, though. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's a be-all end-all for all people, but that is why it worked for me. But for people that are in like other majors or anything like that, I think it can be a different story. But for our degree specifically, it definitely has a lot more benefits, I think.
Also, all of that
That's my
said,
opinion, though.
I just want to go ahead and say a blanket statement as well. If you or someone you know, or maybe you're not in college yet, is looking at going to college,
do it.
And you don't think it's right for you,
don't.
Do a little test run. Don't go all in if you don't think it's right for you. If you're only doing it because you feel like you have to, you don't. You'll figure it out.
Life is very long. You
didn't expect to get very introspective and give advice on today's episode of Friendly Fire.
Well, less intense. Less intense.
That's a good point, though.
Dr. Pepper is the best soda.
Dr. Pepper?
Is the best soda.
Over Mr. Pibb?
I see a lot of people shaking their heads. Jordan behind the camera is shaking their head. Jacob shaking their head. I know for a fact that Icarus up in audio is shaking their head very, very hard right now.
Actually, Icarus is the one that gave me this idea. Credit to them.
Over Baja Blast, though?
Yeah.
Like Mountain Dew Baja Blast?
I think Dr. Pepper is the best.
It's different.
I'm not even gonna.
What is it? What is the flavor? Describe to me.
Define what Coke is, then.
Fair.
Sugar.
Cocaine.
Oh my God.
Coke.
No. The reason I
Sugar.
like it. Now let me explain like my process of becoming. This sounds weird, like of a Dr. Pepper drinker. That sounds so weird. But I don't know how else to say it. Everyone was like, oh my God, you should have like Coca-Cola for sure. I was like, okay, great. And I was like, this tastes fine. Had Pepsi, better. Don't come at me. Pepsi's better than Coke. Which is honestly, I think it's probably a hotter take than this.
That is a hotter take.
Because it has more of a vanilla-y, like sugary flavor, because I like that more. And then Dr. Pepper just amplified the vanilla, which is my own opinion that I enjoy the vanilla type of like flavoring.
Is that what's
and Coke just doesn't have that.
I'm a vanilla enjoyer, though. I add vanilla to many of my drinks.
What?
Root beer with vanilla, Coke with vanilla, some of my staples.
Then why is Dr. Pepper not just your go-to then?
Okay.
It's different.
I'm not going to say it's bad. It is a...
You can't, else you'd be lying.
It's like a B-tier soda to me. It is a very middle of the road. If there's nothing else, I will absolutely drink that and probably I'll be happy. But the circumstances for me to really enjoy a good Dr. Pepper are so far and few between that it's like, it has to be like from a can, cold in the fridge, freshly cracked. Like if you have like more than like 30-minute old Dr. Pepper, no one's having a good shot. No one's having a good time.
If Dr. Pepper is in your B tier, what would be like an A tier, S tier
what's
for
an A tier
you?
for you then?
Barks Root Beer and
Oh
Coke
my
Classic.
God.
Barks, Root Beer, and Coke Classic.
Yeah.
I immediately disregarded anything you just said. Sorry. No longer a valid opinion.
Okay.
What is your favorite
It's a
soda?
hot take.
My favorite soda is probably Baja Blast or Dr. Pepper. So like those two are up there.
Yeah,
Am I in the
I can
minority
agree with that.
of not having Dr. Pepper be a favorite?
What other soda has a PhD?
Exactly.
Diet Dr. Thunder!
Dr. Thunder is better than Dr. Pepper.
Dr.
Not
Pig?
diet.
I'm a Dr.
Yeah.
Thunder stan, mostly because it's called Dr. Thunder, and I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, imagine, okay.
That's
so
just the
you
cheaper
got
version
two-
of Dr. Pepper.
Right, so you got two like medical practices in your town. One of them is like, oh, I'm Mr. Nice Dr. Pepper. Like, come to my practice, and then right next door is like a badass Dr. Thunder.
So if they're doctors and the soda's bad for you, that means they did it on purpose.
They want
They knew what they was doing with that sugar in there.
It's just to get you going to the doctor more.
It's a health insurance.
You're right, that's what it is.
It keeps you coming back.
Health insurance is a scam.
Wow.
I don't know anything about health
Car
insurance.
insurance is a scam.
I don't have
car
enough
insurance.
thoughts on that to talk about.
There are some serious hills to die on that scheme that I don't know if we have time to get into, but
Just quick hot take. We don't have to talk about that.
quick hot take.
Okay. What is your favorite soda? Since we're all talking about it.
It's crazy that nobody mentioned this. It's a whole kind of category. Ginger ale.
Oh,
It's the only soda that can actually help you out.
Ginger ale is
Come on,
it
man, ginger
definitely
ale.
helps when I'm feeling nauseous. I will
I
give you
never
that.
had a Canada
Ginger
Dry.
ale goes crazy.
I've had a
Canada
Canada
Dry, I'm not gonna lie.
and it makes me wish that I was drinking Sprite.
Okay, I'll put
well, then
Sprite.
you're just
Sprite is A
drinking it
tier
wrong.
too.
I don't know.
So you
I
just
would
like
put
the lemon
Dr.
lime.
Pepper at least A tier though.
No, exactly. Like,
I'll put at least A tier.
Yeah.
But
Ginger.
you're like Michigan based, so you like Vernors?
Do I have to answer that?
Yes, Vernors is the best ginger ale brand.
Yeah,
There we go.
I do.
I don't know if
ale
that
up
was
there.
coercion or truth, but
Well, it depends. I enjoy good ginger ale. Do you want to look at my paper of
Yeah, I want
opinions?
to see what else you got.
What else do I
I got a
have?
few.
Oh, you know what? I think this is a good one actually. Cats are better than dogs.
Cats are better than
Very,
dogs.
very simple. I don't think this was much of a hot take anymore. I feel like, okay, there are a lot of reasons I feel this, and there are some more sociological reasons I feel behind this. But my number one point that I'm going to argue is that you could do anything and a dog would still like be by your side because they are codependent creatures. Cats are more independent. And a lot of people don't like that. People like having control over their pet, which is to an extent understandable. Some people are weird about
You
it.
can get into some weird mind stuff if you want to get into
Dogs
issues
and
with
cats.
control with dogs and
Yeah.
cats, but that is completely different.
Now that
a
being
dog,
said,
a dog lives with you. You live with a cat.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's
and I'm okay with that.
a lot of people
I
who
like that
don't
too.
like cats for that reason. I think that it is much cooler to have a cat as a pet and earn the respect of the cat than just buy an animal off the shelf that will respect you no matter what.
Where are you buying dogs off shelves?
Go-
Man,
that's
why are we
smart.
itemizing these gifts? These gifts from God.
Yeah.
Dogs are man's best friend.
I'm not
It's-
saying that
That's the
they're not.
Williamsburg motto.
Yeah, apparently that's where this phrase came from. Is
Old drum.
Really?
old drum.
Yep.
How you've lived here for 4 years?
I used to have a dog. Her name was
I lived
Old
in this earth
Yeller.
for 22 and I didn't know that
Used
Sharpie
to,
was
huh?
a thing. So
Used to.
you really think that's gonna
R.I.P.
help?
Old Yeller.
That's true.
R.I.P. little buddy.
Oh my god. Okay, well,
Yeah, cats are just better because they're independent. You don't have to take care of them as much. Some people like taking care of the animal. I'm busy, and cats are just smaller, more
they are
manageable.
smaller.
I just don't like the cat shedding.
But dog shit too.
Dog shit
Dog
too.
shit too, but I would get one of them cats without the fur, like a.
The one we were talking about last
Yeah,
time.
yeah, the
Moisturize
skinless
your cat.
Yeah.
Moisturize your cat.
It all comes
yeah,
full.
literally, I had to lotion my cat up.
Yeah.
every time. Well, I'm pretty sure that is all the time that we have today. If you have a
Yeehaw.
hot take of your own that isn't objectively problematic, feel free to leave it in the comments, and we'll try to interact with you. And until then,
Maybe.
we will see you in the next episode. I forgot to do the
Yeehaw.
outro, but you know who we are. See ya.
Yeehaw. Yeehaw, Brad. Yeehaw.
So, like, what do we do when we're on this shot? Do we just have fun? Party!
I'm behind the camera.
Party.
You can't do
Oh my god.
Go credits.
There's a snake in my boot.